Hello humans, it's just Martine and welcome to the final vlog of Chaostober. Chaostober is a month-long reading challenge in the month of October. You set your own goal, that's what you stick with for the month. This month I've only been reading books that count for my 12 TBRs of Christmas. If you're unfamiliar with my 12 TBRs of Christmas, it's a video series that I do every year. You can check out some old ones right here. There are a lot of books that I read for that throughout the year. I am feeling behind, so I was like, October, that's what we're doing. And we've been making some progress. We started the month with 36 books on this list, and now we're down to 23, which yeah, that is progress. Maybe not what I had envisioned, but life really lifed this month, you know? I was spending a lot of time working on my dissertation proposal. I actually proposed this Thursday, so that's going to be part of this vlog. Big week, finale of Chaostober, and proposing my dissertation. Definitely things of equal weight there. So that was taking a lot of my time, but most importantly, it was taking my energy. So I got in a bit of a reading slump because all of my brain was going to my dissertation, and when I was done doing work for the day, I was like, there's nothing left in me, so I really didn't feel like reading. Here we are. There are at least 2 books that I would really like to finish this week. One is like a sci-fi horror situation. One is a regular thriller. Both are for the same video, a video that involves 12 books. If I could get both of those knocked out, that would be great. Of course, if I could get more done, that would be incredible, but October does finish on Friday, and I'm undecided about whether I'm ending the vlog there or into the weekend. Depends how I feel, how this week has gone, etc. I technically started my Chaostober vlogs early because like I wanted a full week in a vlog, so I started it before October actually started, but like I don't know if I'm going to do that. Point is, I'm undecided. So let's catch you up with where I am in space and time right now. It's Monday. And I am feeling the Mondays this morning. Not in the good way. Sometimes I wake up on Monday and I'm like, okay, I'm full of energy. Let's go do things. Let's get it out of the way. Not today. Today I am feeling the regular Mondays. I think what doesn't help is that the things that usually get me out the door on Monday aren't getting me out the door today. My meeting, first thing with my major professor, got moved on to Zoom. And then the classmate I usually end up writing with in person on Mondays is sick today. So I don't have to meet him in the office. So I was like, do I really want to pack a lunch then? The answer is no. So if I'm not packing a lunch, then I'm going to stay here to work for the morning. But then I'm not like getting out the door. It's not giving me the same energy. So I don't really know if that's a smart decision, and I could change my mind at any moment. I have a Zoom call, then I've really got to work on my PowerPoint for my proposal on Thursday. Later in the afternoon, I have a run scheduled. Others will maybe be there. Unclear. All my classmates are invited. Who shows up? It depends. I'll be there, okay? That's what matters to me. So I'll be running, and then hopefully I'll be reading. I want to set myself up to be able to finish a book tomorrow. I have about 3 hours left in both of my books. So there's potential there. Happy Monday. Happy final week of Chaostober. Let's make this one a good one. Literally, as soon as I finished filming that clip, I decided that was not a good move. So I packed up my stuff and I came to the office. I don't usually film in here because there are often people like in here at the same time as me, or I know they will arrive potentially while I'm talking to, and that's always an awkward experience. Since my classmate, who usually meets me here on Mondays, is sick, the chances of anyone being here right now are like way less. So here I am. I decided to come into the office because it's just going to put me in a better headspace, and I need that. I'm not going to start work immediately. I think I'm going to read for a couple of minutes before I get down to it. Probably like until my meeting with my major professor. And then after my meeting with my major professor, hopefully there will be thoughts in my head, and then I will be able to do good work. But I'm proud of myself for at least coming here, because even if it doesn't turn out how I want, like I took the steps to try and ensure success. And that's all I can really do, like is do the things that I know usually work for me. So here I am. If you've been watching any of my Chaostober vlogs, you'd be like, oh, Martine's in the lab. That means it's Tuesday. Sure is. It is actually not Tuesday morning, which is when I usually check in, because this morning while I was walking here to get to work, I was panicking a little about how much I felt like I had to get done. So I just came here and I started working. I think the main thing that's freaking me out is that it's really starting to set in that my dissertation proposal is in 2 days. Wednesdays are usually a wash for me because it's a teaching day. I traveled to another campus, so I have like lots of commute time. And then I propose starting at 9 a.m. on Thursday. So I feel like today is the day that I need to nail everything down, tweaking my slides, practicing talking about it, because these are some really big, abstract, theoretical ideas. And being able to communicate that in words out loud while I'm presenting, difficult. Just take some practice. So I've practiced a couple times already, made some tweaks. My voice is going to hurt by the end of the day because it's a fairly long presentation. Like the first time I timed it, it was almost an hour. The second time was almost 50 minutes. I'm trying to cut that a little because it feels unnecessary. I'm doing what I can. So I'm just practicing and getting better each time. It's still not where I want it to be, but like we're improving. That's good. I also had to work on a letter of recommendation. I had to prep for class tomorrow, which was luckily very easy because they're mainly just doing an activity tomorrow during class, and that's it. I'll mainly just be there to help facilitate them. I don't have to stand up there and lecture. It's currently just past noon, and I just took a little lunch break, and I'm going to start practicing again soon. I would also like to get some reading done before group therapy, just to say that I did. Speaking of reading, last night, I did manage to finish a book, which is super exciting. It was for my 12-book video, and it was keeping me in Kindle jail. And I desperately wanted to be out of Kindle jail, so I busted through the second half of that yesterday afternoon and last night. And so now I'm down to 22 books on my Chaostober TBR, and I did get to break out of Kindle jail and download a bunch of other books that I need. So super excited about that. Felt like a good way to start the week, finishing a book on a Monday. I doubt I'm going to finish a book today because I have choir tonight, but I am hoping to make some reading progress so that I could finish a book tomorrow. I was feeling really calm about my proposal because as I was telling my major professor yesterday, it just didn't feel real yet. And it really hit me in the middle of the night last night. I woke up in the middle of the night. The first place that my brain went was like, do I understand this theoretical explanation for this paper I read that I'm going to have to describe to them? And I couldn't. I so badly wanted to pull up that paper and read it, but it was like 3 a.m. So I made myself go back to bed. I wrote a note to myself to check that this morning, and I went back to bed. Checked it this morning. I feel better about that, but like my brain is just kind of going, trying to make connections between everything and turn those thoughts into words, which is difficult. Yesterday was a good work day though. Well, nah, not really. I felt kind of stuck. Making PowerPoints is hard. And my PowerPoint doesn't look good. It's just a white background with black text. It's mainly just there as cue cards for me. Trying not to worry too much about the fact that I think it looks ugly, because that's not the point. Worked a lot on that, and then I went on a run with a classmate, which was really fun, and then spent the rest of the evening reading. So just kind of a standard day. Same with today. So I'm going to get back to it. It'll be fine. We've got this. Practice makes progress. I'm feeling so many conflicting emotions right now. I'm a little freaked because, hi, it's Happy Wednesday evening, 6 p.m., which means there are just a little more than 12 hours before my dissertation proposal. I almost called it a thesis proposal. Nope, already did that. Dissertation time. And I'm feeling the anxiety. But my practice yesterday really helped. I got in one more practice today. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. So that's the one emotion. Also ready for it to be done. The other emotion, I finished a book today. I'm down to 21 books on my Chaostober list, so that's awesome, and I really enjoyed this one. Like, gave it a 4-star, had a good time the whole way through, which I feel like it's been a while since that was the case. So super happy about that. I also got to watch Dancing with the Stars, which always makes Wednesday a great day. I did only have 5 students in class, so that was rough. Luckily, it wasn't a very important week of lab, and I told them, like, hey, tell your friends the next 2 weeks are real important, so we'll see if that does anything. This was a highlight of my day. I went to grab the bus on the way back here, and the 2 o'clock bus pulled out early, like a couple minutes early, and I was not on it. Like, I watched it go away, and I was like, oh no, oh, well, I'll take the 2:30 bus. So this bus rolls up, it opens its door. I'm like, this 2:30 bus. I get on, grab a seat, only to find out this is an overflow bus. We're leaving in like 2 minutes. And so I had the whole row to myself, which I never get on the way back over here because it's a busy time of day, hence the overflow bus. So that was a real win. And also the traffic was not nearly as bad as it usually is on the way back. For the rest of the night, I have a call with a friend, which I hope will bring me some peace. I'm gonna make sure I have everything ready for tomorrow. I have my outfit set out. I also might start another book because finishing this book leaves me with a currently reading of 1. So I could add something to that. The world is my oyster. I could do anything. But also send help. I'm scared. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Happy dissertation proposal day afternoon. I passed. So that feels great. It was a rough 3 hours. We were talking that full 3 hours. They were asking me questions. I was defending my ideas. I was being honest about what I didn't know and honest about where I can improve. And they ended up accepting my proposal. So still lots to think about based off of their comments. And this is really just the first phase in the dissertation. Now I actually have to do it, but it is a huge milestone, and I'm proud of myself for being here because a little over a month ago, I was like, surely there's no way I could propose on October 30th. And I did, and I passed. So that's a huge accomplishment for me. Even better than that, I loved how I handled questions and concerns. One of the professors on my committee actually gave me feedback about that and said that I handled people's questions really well, which made me happy because that's something I was trying to be very conscious of going into the proposal, because taking criticism is hard. And I'm not an expert at it yet, but I'm trying to get better over time because like that's academia, right? Is just getting thoughts from peers, making your science better. I'm proud of myself for that. And then I had therapy, which was great. Here's the proposal outfit. It's the same outfit I wore for my presentation at the conference last spring. My blazer, blue shirt, power belt, work pants. I really rarely get dressed up this much, but if any days calls for it, it's today. And my major professor was just so great through this whole process. I mean, she brought people bagels to eat and stuff, so that was so nice of her. Completely unnecessary. So I'm riding that high, and now I want to put that energy into reading. The only other plan that I have for today is that I'm going to go to Zumba with some of my classmates tonight. Other than that, I'd love to get some reading done. I have about 2 hours left in a book. If I finish that book, my list for Chaostober will be down to 20, which of course is significantly higher than 0, but also significantly less than the 35 I started October with and the 36 that I was planning to tackle for Chaostober. As a reminder, I finished 1 the last week of September that was on that list. Hence, originally I had 36, but 35 in October for the list. That would get it down, so that's my main reading goal to finish this off. Whew, it feels crazy to be where I am, but I'm happy about it. Okay, I'm gonna go get changed into something a little more comfortable. I'm gonna read, I'm gonna have snacks. It's gonna be a great afternoon. Then I'll Zumba tonight, and all will be well with the world. Also, yes, sorry for the lighting in the last clip. It's bright out, but a crisp 77 degrees with a breeze and only 52% humidity. So actually gorgeous out. But yeah, sunny time of day. I put my phone down and it's like all sun, baby. Woohoo. Matches how I'm feeling right now. Happy Friday. Last night, I did end up finishing my book. Hooray! So I got my Chaostober list down to 20, which huge milestone for me, so I'm feeling happy about that. And now I'm here to bring you the final Aldi haul of Chaostober. This morning it was beautiful out. It was like 62 degrees and sunny. Now it's warming up a bit more. It's in the 70s now, but it's still lovely for here. So I took advantage of that and went to Aldi as soon as it opened. And I spent like $34 on this haul, so let's jump into it. The first thing that I got are these birthday cake flavored pretzels because I was messaged the other day by someone in my choir and she was like, we're going to celebrate our director's birthday next Tuesday. So if you can, like, bring some small treat, we'll try to bring you things. It'll be a surprise. And I thought birthday cake flavor met the assignment. So This is my contribution. And then I also got these classic Pillsbury cookies with turkeys on them. Even though it's Halloween today, happy Halloween. All the pumpkin ones are gone, so turkey it was. I need this for a very specific reason I cannot disclose to you right now. For snacking, I got a big old bag of popcorn. I got a handy dandy bag of coleslaw, again, just for the cabbage and carrots in it. That's been working so well, adding it to like my pitas, my bowls of stuff. So really enjoying that right now. Got some raspberries and some blackberries. Last week I went just blackberries. I'm going for a mix again this week. Back to Old Faithful. I got some frozen broccoli. Good, easy option. Brussels sprouts, obvi. Got my second ever tub of Greek yogurt. So proud of myself for getting through the first one. The maple syrup in it is the game changer. So we're on it. I got 1 can of chickpeas to replace the can I used this week. Likewise, I got 1 can of black beans. It was a low black bean week for me. I got a box of protein bars, caramel double chocolate crunch. I really had to hunt for this flavor. Like, they had every other flavor, and I could only find this 1 box of this after some searching. So glad I found it. And then I got small potatoes for roasting. Would have really loved to have a potato roast right there, but my brain is empty, so I have no ideas. That's the haul. I'm excited for this final day of Chaostober. Can't believe we're here. If you've watched my vlogs for this, thank you for sticking with me. Let's have a great Halloween. Happy November 1st. Chaostober is officially over. We made it. It was chaotic. It was crazy. It was stressful, but we made it. It being November 1st reminds me that I do have to go pay rent. So I'll do that after I film this outro clip. Yesterday, I had a really good day. After I did groceries, I basically just read and watched YouTube all day, straight chillin'. And so because of that, I finished another book. Unexpected. So that brings my Chaostober list down to 19. For the month that I had, I'm super proud of the progress that I made. There's more progress to be made in November and December, but we did Chaostober. And right now, that's what counts. I'm going to end off this vlog and this vlog series right here. If you liked my Chaostober weekly vlogs, go ahead and give this one a big thumbs up and comment down below, how was your Chaostober? What are some of your reading plans for the rest of the year? And subscribe for more bookish and college lifestyle content. And until next time, bye humans, bye!